Okay, so we're about halfway through spring practice. Let me tell you what my thoughts are so far. All right, here's how I'm feeling about the team so far. Overall, pretty positive. There's honestly not a lot of like glaring holes or anything like, oh my God, this is terrible. We got to fix this right now. Nothing like that. Um, but I'll tell you my thoughts. We'll go really quick position by position. Um, yes, what you guys have all been hearing on social media, I've been hearing the exact same thing that Cam Ward is that dude, 100%. He, of course, hasn't had a chance to show it in an actual game yet, but man, from everything I'm hearing, Cam Ward is every bit as good as advertised. I mean, just checking off every box imaginable. And I mean, not just as a player on the field or on the practice field, rather, so far, but as a teammate, as a leader, the way he's, kind of gelling with the group. Um, you know, I love what I'm hearing so far. I love what I'm hearing, and I think quarterback is not a position we're going to have to worry about because on top of that, you also have Poffenbarger, who has looked pretty sharp in practice as well, and seems like so far that he's kind of starting to cement himself as that QB2, which is an important position battle. One I was looking forward to seeing in the spring. So I can't wait to see that spring game because we're going to see plenty of Poffenbarger, I'm sure. What I keep hearing about him is that the guy has moxie. He's a competitor. I'm looking forward to that QB battle in 2025 because if he can really cement himself as the backup this year, he's got one more year of eligibility and sets himself up beautifully. So quarterback, no worries there. um, Running back, yeah, let's address this right now. So of course, Henry Parrish announces that he will be entering the transfer portal. Great Hurricane. Hate to see him go. Henry Parrish was a valuable piece, kind of really building that culture the last couple of years. And I would have loved to have seen him on this team. But let's be honest, if assuming what Coach Cristobal's saying is the truth, that Fletcher really is on track to start game or not start, but play in game one and be available, then you got him. I mean, Fletcher's your starter. You got Citizen, who looks like as of right now fully healthy, and he's a full go in practice. He's when the pads came on, he's hitting, taking hits, and all that stuff. And that they're so far they're like, okay, he's so far so good with him. And you got those are your top two running backs right there. So you got Fletcher and Citizen. This is my point. If you got Fletcher and Citizen healthy, Parrish's carries are going to go down. And that's what they're expecting Fletcher and Citizen to be healthy in time for the season. So with Parrish's carries inevitably going down this season, I don't blame him for kind of seeking pastures elsewhere. Um, I think he's gonna, there's rumors of him maybe going to Ole Miss or whatever. I think he's gonna do well wherever he goes. He's that kind of dude. He's that kind of player, that kind of teammate. I wish all the luck in the world to Henry Parrish. Again, he did a great job when he was here. No ill will towards him whatsoever. Best of luck to him. But again, what I was just saying about the running back room now, you got those two guys. You got Hellcat, Chris Wheatley Humphrey. You got Jordan Lyle, who he's not at spring practice yet. He wasn't, he wasn't able to join the team for spring, but because of his size, I think he's going to be a big contributor. And I know I'm missing somebody right now. AJ Allen, you got him. Chris Johnson, he's going to be a huge weapon. You got a pretty full room, assuming everybody's healthy. Now, there's some question marks there. Are they really going to be healthy for the season? Maybe you go out and get a portal running back just to get a veteran in there because it's a lot of young guys. It's like redshirt sophomores and younger. So I think that'll be addressed in the portal, no question. Offensive line. My only concern there, honestly, is chemistry, continuity, how they're going to gel with each other, because there's no doubt in my mind the talent is there. I just want to see, how much depth are we going to have, and how's this group going to gel? Of course, without your leader Matt Lee from last year, it's that's a super important position, center. I don't expect Carpenter to be Matt Lee. I don't expect Matt Lee. That dude was different. I don't expect him to be that. I just, I hope to see him like just hold down the fort, just be competent at that position. And again, guys, the seventh, eighth, ninth guys in the rotation, I want to see them develop because I want to know that we have more than, okay, our starting five and maybe a sixth guy that comes in and plays different positions, possibly a seventh, and then there's a big drop off after that. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now. But if they can develop Markel Bell and get him really game ready, I mean, that could really change things for the better because the dude's 6'9", 300 gajillion pounds. So, but that's a position that I trust Mirabal and Cristobal. I mean, with that position more than any other one. So because of that, and because we have a lot of time before August 31st, I'm not super concerned. If they got to go out and get a portal guy, they go out and get a guy in the portal, then, so be it. But I like, so far, I like what I'm hearing about certain guys, but that would be the one thing that concerns me is just how they gel on the O-line. Next, what am I missing here? Wide receiver. JoJo Trader, I'm hearing, has been making play after play after play. As a true freshman, I think that's great. That's awesome. X has been X, his usual self, which is good. You got Ray making some plays. I've heard, Jacoby George doing his thing. Robbie Washington playing both sides of the ball, playing a little offense and defense. That's probably just because they need bodies on that side. I don't know if he's actually going to play some defense this year, but you never know. You never know. Robbie Washington is that athletic of a guy that he can do multiple things. But do we go out and get a portal wide receiver? I don't think we necessarily need one, but if one shakes loose, that's an absolute stud. That's like a potential high draft pick next year. Why not go get him? Of course. But, with the injection of talent like JoJo and Naikar, who are both already showing out in practice, supposedly, I don't, while you're going to be young, as far as you're not short on weapons, that's for sure. And you're not short on speed. Tight ends. Heard Arroyo's finally looking healthy and looking good, looking solid. Riley Williams starting to come along. He should. It's a sophomore year. Not too concerned there. Yeah, so that's, and tight ends. Honestly, tight ends, I just hope they use them more. But of course, last year the issue was they weren't healthy. They are going to be this year. It seemed like they were all dealing with something. Cam McCormick, the old man, who's like 48 years old or whatever. I don't know. I lost track, but he is a valuable piece, in my opinion, just because of his veteran presence, his work ethic, and his physicality. The dude blocks on running plays. He blocks defenders into the ninth dimension. Okay. He's a hell of a run blocker. So tight end, not too concerned. I just want them to use the tight ends. So all in all, the offense, not too many concerns there. And defense, on the defensive line, I think you got numbers. I need to see how we're going to look first of all, I need to see if Mesidor and Nigel Kelly can come back healthy. Because, man, can you imagine Ruben Bain and Mesidor like on opposite sides of that line? And then they need a break. They go out. Then you got Nigel Kelly and Elijah Alston, the kid from Marshall. That's a 4-man rotation right there at edge that rivals anybody in the country, in my opinion, especially the ACC. D-tackle, you got numbers. You don't have that one Leonard Taylor kind of absolute stud that has like just an endless ceiling, but you have bodies. You have veteran bodies that are coming along, developing, and I think can make plays for you. Ahmad Moten and Jared Harrison Hunt being a couple of them. So far so good. I think Joshua Horton, I need to see him come along a little bit more, but I'm expecting him to take that step. There's a lot of guys on defense that we're all kind of expecting to take that step. They should. There's no reason they shouldn't. So D-line, we got numbers. CJ Clark, veteran dude. Marley Cook, veteran dude. So I'm not too concerned about depth. Would they go out and get one more? We'll see. We'll see who leaves and who frees up a spot, because you got to look at that too. Linebacker. Love what I'm hearing about some of the young guys, because Kiko will not be with the team for the spring. He'll be, nursing a shoulder thing that he had, that, nothing crazy. He should be healthy in time for the season. That's not an issue. It's just missing spring. And really, for the veterans, if you're a little nicked up, you got something you're recovering from, there's no reason you should be in the spring. There's no reason you should be risking anything. I agree with him sitting out, but you have already Popo, who's, I believe, taking first team snaps in the middle at the mic, and has looked pretty good. Hearing other guys like Pulliam and Chase and all these guys, they're coming along, they're making plays. And, I like, not to go into too many specifics, but I like what I'm hearing there. And then you have the secondary, the DBs. Mish Powell, Savion Riley, Jaden Harris. I'm trying to honestly think, where do I see a glaring weakness? The only thing I can think of is, and it's not even a weakness, it's just lack of bodies, is corner, which we're expecting 2 more freshmen in the summer. One of those being Ryan Mack, who I'm expecting to contribute right away. He reminds me a lot of Brandon Harris. And Brandon Harris back in 2008 was one of the top corners in the nation. He was a 4 or 5-star recruit at the time, depending where you looked. We got him to flip on signing day. That was a great pickup, because right away in 2008, he contributed as a freshman. He just needed to put on a little weight. By the time he was a sophomore, that dude looked NFL ready. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, Ryan Mack, I think I see that similar path for him. Even though he was kind of an underrated guy, again, don't look at the ratings all the time. Do your homework. Look at the tape. Look how he developed. He's kind of a late bloomer. Ryan Mack, I think, is going to come in and make at least a little bit of an impact coming off the bench. Damari's back, and I don't know how involved he is in practice, but I'm hearing, let's put it this way. I'm looking forward to seeing Damari and Daryl Porter as that corner tandem, because I think, just like defensive end, I think our corner tandem rivals most corner tandems in the country, especially in the ACC. Edge rush and corner, man, if you got guys that can fly off the edge and get to the quarterback, and you got corners that can lock down and cover like they can, especially Daryl Porter, I mean, those are 2 important aspects of a defense. Your guys can cover, lock down man-to-man or zone or whatever, and your edge guys can get immediate pressure. That's huge. So all in all, I'm not sitting here saying we're winning any natties or anything, or going to win the ACC, but I just look across the board, and I'm not seeing any huge weaknesses. I'm trying to be as like critical as I can, and I don't know. I'm tempering my expectations, like I always say, but I don't know, man. I don't see like, oh my God, we have like one good corner and the rest are just unproven guys. I don't know what to expect. I don't see that. Or I was like, oh yeah, it's Kiko, and then like a lot of question marks after that at linebacker. No, guys are coming along and developing and practicing well. So, I'll leave it at that. I'm feeling good about what I'm hearing. I just need to see more and more guys get healthy. Again, Mesidor and Kelly, please, if they can be healthy in time for the season and stay healthy, I think those 2 guys being available all season change the defense. So that's going to be big. So that's really those are my concerns. Continuity and, chemistry on the O-line, and Do we have enough healthy bodies on that D line? Do our two key guys, Kelly and Mesdor, get healthy in time? Those are my only real concerns. And of course, keep Cam Ward upright. Keep that guy in a bubble, put some bubble wrap around him, do whatever you have to do. Just get him to August 31st. And I will feel great about our chances in the swamp. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Just my little rant slash thoughts on the spring so far, halfway through. But I'll do another show later on when the spring's over, and we'll talk a little more. But anyways, have a good day, guys. As always, go Canes.